Hi, my name is Frank Cucci. I've been, for the past 12 years, with the U.S. Navy SEAL team. I'm 30 years old now, and I started my martial arts training when I was about 14 years old. Contrary to popular belief, before my course in SEAL team, my hand-to-hand combat course, there was no standardized hand-to-hand combat instruction. Despite SEAL team's various close-quarter type missions, we were not required to train in martial arts or achieve any sort of level in martial arts training. A lot of us went out there and used our own money to bring in instructors. However, the unfortunate result of that was the SEAL team guys were totally uneducated in martial arts training. They went out and saw the movies like everyone else, and they believed that's what they needed to learn. So they were very easily mystified by styles that worked on the mats, or worked in theory, or worked in tournaments, or were sport-oriented. But they had no application to SEALs engaged in combat in close-quarter areas. When I got into the SEAL team, I had some martial arts training before that, so I was instantly labeled the hand-to-hand guy. But I learned very quickly that my sport karate did not fit the needs of the SEAL team guys, and they didn't know any better and they enjoyed it, but I felt that it needed some research. The material is drawn from the arts of Thai boxing, which my instructor is Master Chai Surasut. He's the president of the Thai Boxing Association of the United States, along with Guro Dan Inosanto, who has taught me my Filipino martial arts and Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do concepts. Guro Dan Inosanto spent the last 9 years with Bruce Lee and was one of 2 instructors that he made. The material you're going to see here is not fancy, nor is it complicated, and if you're looking for impressive techniques, you may not be too surprised, but it is very effective, it is easy to remember, it can be applied during stressful situations. You're not going to have to memorize a set or some kind of a pattern. The course that I taught, the Naval Special Warfare Unarmed Combat course, consisted of 1 week of training, about 25 hours spread out over the week. And it was the only course of its kind to ever exist in SEAL team, and it was very popular. I am now out of active duty service, and I'm happy to share some of the techniques with you that we used that enabled us to become more proficient warriors. Okay, the first thing I want to address is the stance. The stance needs to provide a person with good mobility. We don't teach the stance to be very low and immobile. We want you to be up on your toes and be able to move in, out, close distance, and close the gap to put your combinations in effectively together. So if you could just put your feet together like this, and if you step forward like this and make sure that your foot points towards the person or towards the target. Your right foot needs to come out about shoulder width apart. If you draw a line that's about 90 degrees off your heel, you're just about an inch or so behind that line with your rear foot facing at 45 degrees. Stand your body up. The hand position is just softly make a fist. And if you put your thumbs here at your temple and then put them out about 6 inches and then down, this is our stance. Elbows are at 45 degrees. Fists are not facing flat this way, but 45 degrees. A very comfortable position. Now, as far as the footwork goes, it is very simple. To move backwards, we just step and slide to the rear. To move forward, we step and slide in. To the left, step and slide to the left. To the right, step and slide to the right. When you move forward, you spring off the rear foot and then slide it up. When you move back, you spring off the lead foot and slide your front foot back. Make sure that everything is symmetrical. If you step and slide 6 inches, the rear foot comes 6 inches. If you step and slide to the right 6 inches, the left foot comes in 6 inches. And as you develop your skill, your footwork will come along so that you're able to move around and have a good structure behind you. The first techniques that I want to talk about is your basic hand techniques. This will give you a good solid foundation to build upon. The first thing I want to do is teach you what is simply called the jab punch. And this may be very basic to people, but it's the basic things that are going to work in combat. There's no time to open up a notebook and figure out which technique to use. So the jab punch is just a jab that goes out from the shoulder position and keeping the left hand up high. Try not to drop your jab, just go straight out and straight back. When you throw the cross, it comes from your shoulder position again. Make sure that the hip is turned, the ball of the foot is turned. We see a lot of times people up there on their toe. You want to make sure that the weight stays in the middle. Okay, try not to go too far forward or too far backward. Keep the weight in the middle. Turn the hip. Now you're grounded. This is the cross. Make sure your left hand is up when you deliver the cross. Okay, so we have jab and we have cross, and you can put them together, jab, cross. Now the third basic punch, jab. If I pivot my body to deliver the cross, I'm going to then pivot my body to hook to the head. Again, pivoting with the ball of the foot, with the knee and the hip, and making sure my chin is down to cover my jaw. Okay, so we have the jab, we have the cross, and we have the hook line. Think of your body like a gate. Here's the center of the gate. If it swings one way, it then comes back and swings the other way. Now, no one is just going to stand right there for you. You're going to have to close the gap and use your footwork to either evade an attack or gain entry into the person. So what I'd like you to practice is just stepping in with the jab and then stepping out, relax, stepping in with the jab. Okay? Same thing with the jab cross now. Step, step. Bring your rear foot up. Then you can get yourself out. 1, 2. With the jab cross hook, again, step, 1, 2, fire the hook. So it is important to close the gap to deliver these punches. The next combination, if you could go jab, cross, over left hook, keeping the elbow up high, you can go jab, cross, uppercut, and then follow with the cross. Okay, this is about our what we call our basic 4-count series. Jab, cross, hook, cross, jab, cross, uppercut, and cross. And again, stressing that when one hand is firing, the other hand is up protecting the other side of your jaw. When I throw the cross, my hand is up. I throw the hook, the hand is up. Or if I throw the uppercut, this hand is up, and then finish with the cross. Okay, after the basic boxing fundamentals, that same body mechanics are going to be applied when we talk about the elbow. Okay, the elbow is a very devastating tool that can be used in close quarter combat where most fights take place anyway. That clash is definitely going to occur. We don't encourage that our SEALs learn fancy kicks to keep a person at distance. That person is definitely going to come into close quarter situation. Most of our jobs are in close quarter. Now, the left elbow, when I throw the left elbow, I want you to bring your left arm back slightly, okay? So the hand position is just very relaxed. One hand is in front of you, one hand is in back. When I deliver the elbow, it is horizontal, tucking my hand in slightly so that I can expose the elbow. And keep this hand up, okay? You have to be about a foot away from this person to use this technique. That means you're going in close. Keep this hand up. It is a great possibility that he's going to be firing at you as you're firing at him. There's no magic in hand-to-hand combat. Sometimes it just comes down to who the better athlete is, who's more aggressive, timing, rhythm, speed, coordination, and things like that. Now, again, bring the left elbow back and horizontally deliver your left elbow, tucking your left hand. When we go to the right elbow, I want you to bring your right hand back, keeping your left hand in front of the person and your right hand in the rear. When you deliver your right elbow, again, horizontally deliver it. Keep your left elbow up. Tuck your right hand in to expose the tip of your right elbow. That's what you're trying to hit with, is just the tip of that elbow. It is a hard bone here that you can expect it to cut the person and to deliver a very devastating blow. When we move from the left elbow right into the right elbow, I simply lift my left arm, bring my rear arm back, and then hit with it. This is the left elbow to right elbow combination. Open, hit with the left elbow, open, hit with the right elbow, and then back again. The elbows can change paths. Just as if I did a jab, cross, uppercut, I can go jab, cross, lift the elbow up, and go horizontal with the right elbow. Or I can go jab, cross, horizontal left elbow, and go vertically down with the right elbow, coming down across the person's face. So just as you should become as fluent with your boxing as you are the elbows. Okay, the elbows can travel in different positions. Okay, the next technique I'd like to talk about is the knee. So far we have strikes with our fist, we have strikes with our elbows. Now I want to talk about how to strike with your knee. Okay, a lot of people may think they know how to strike with their knee, but there are some definite fine points that I'd like to show you. Okay, when you do the knee, I'd like you to start from your initial position. I want you to take a step with your left foot to start the momentum. Momentum is a very important part of all techniques. When you step, I want you to drive your right knee in, and at the same time, pull your right arms back so that the knee goes horizontally into the person. I don't want you to come up like this. This knee strike goes into the ribs of the person and can be used offensively as well as defensively. So when you step with the lead foot, you lean back and point your knee into the target, making sure that the point of your foot is faced towards the ground to make the knee pointier or sharper and to get penetration into the target. So you're going to step, lean and thrust. Again, step, lean and thrust, and come back to your position. When you do the left knee, you can simply either take a little step with your right leg and thrust in the left knee, or you can hop back and thrust in with the left knee. Again, step, left knee, or step, right knee. After the initial thrust, the hands come right back up into position. Again, I teach the SEAL team guys never to count on an anatomical response, never rely on some kind of set pattern or set of techniques to work. You have to have the ability to strike in combination and keep striking until the job is done. On the knee again, when you deliver the right knee, you'll find yourself sometimes stepping down, and then you can deliver the left knee. Okay, and when we talk about combinations, I'm going to tell you how to put the punch, elbow, knee, and kicks together in different combinations and give you some defensive and offensive drills to work on to build and hone your skill with these weapons. Okay, going back to the knee, what I'd like to do is bring my partner out with the striking pads so that I can show you the dynamics of the knee and how it is supposed to work. Okay. Now, just using the handheld pads here, I want to emphasize that the knee does not go upward this way. I need your body to lean back and thrust the knee in forward. You'll see I'll use the same force upward. And now I will go in. And you can see how the person is going to move backwards. And you'll see later on when we talk about how to use this technique defensively, you'll find that if you just protect your rib cage here, if the person throws a punch at you, this same hand motion that gives my technique power is going to deflect the punch to put the knee in. Okay, the person will lean into you, and you can put the knee in at the same time. Now, with the kicking techniques that we teach, the kicking techniques emphasize low, powerful techniques to the legs to attack the sciatic nerve in the thighs, to off-bounce the opponent, and better able us to deliver other blows. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is what we call the foot jab. Again, so I don't injure my training partner, we'll just use this for demonstration. The foot jab is delivered off the front kick, or front foot. It is not a front snap kick, which is a very good technique to the groin. The front foot jab lifts up and cocks back and punches into the person in this fashion, okay? And obviously in SEAL Team, when we had machine gun or whatever the case may be, this kick could be used to buy yourself some time. We just didn't go in the room and just shoot everybody. If a person was moving towards you, a lot of times that kick could be used to push the person back and give you a couple seconds to determine whether that was a good guy or a bad guy. Now, again, in self-defense, this is not a technique that is going to put a man down, but it will enable you some time to keep him away from you so that you can re-attack him or, again, give yourself a little bit of time to regroup. The foot jab, the foot comes up, you hop in and punch the lead foot out. This is a hard kick to do in the air and good if you have a heavy bag at home or something you could train on, put a mat against the wall. You want to lift your foot up and punch it in. Up, punch it in. A lot of people will say, why not the front snap kick? The front snap kick is very good. We teach that at the academy. It is just not emphasized in SEAL Team. The push kick, we utilize it. We rely heavily upon it to push people away. Now, the next kick that we're going to talk about is the round kick. Okay, the round kick is going to come off the rear leg, and it's going to swing with all my body. It is not a snapping kick. It simply goes forward, utilizing the shin as a striking area, and we usually will attack the thigh area. Again, if you see how the shin, the leg is bent to expose the shin, and we drive it into the thigh area. This could be done on the left, and this can be done on the right. To show you the dynamics of the kick, again, not to hurt my training partner, we'll do it on the handheld pads. Again, just like the knee, I need you to take a step to start the momentum. Using equal and opposite action. As my arm is going to go this way, my kick's going to go in, just like the knee. The knee was going in, my hands went back to give it power and torque and momentum. This kick, again, we're going to take a step and swing the right leg in, using the arm to roll the hip over. Back. And you can just practice it like this. Step. Yourself out. Step. Get out. Again, emphasize keeping your jaw under your hands, because this is what is going to knock you out. You want to protect your head and your jaw. So with that, when you throw the technique, even though you're utilizing your arm, you want to keep your chin down. And that's why when you throw any strike, you want to keep your chin down and cover with your other limb that you're not utilizing. Okay, now addressing the left kick. The left kick is going to be used to the inside of the person's thigh or the rib cage or the rear leg. It can be used here, one. It can be used to the rib cage, or it can be used to the rear leg. And you see, when we get into the combinations, you're going to see how that when I attack with the left leg, I then attack with the right hand, and I attack with the left hook, and then I attack with the right leg here. So you're going to be able to put these basic techniques together in combination. And that's what's going to make you an effective combatant, is that you can strike in combination. Never rely on one technique to do any kind of damage. There's no such thing as a deadly technique. It just depends on the person's attributes. Can he pull it off? Does he have the timing, the speed, the peripheral awareness to do those kind of techniques? Okay. With the left kick, again, the leg is slightly bent, kicking with the shin. We'll hold off to the side here in line with the rib cage or the rear leg. When you're training the kicks, it is not a snap kick like this to where I'm going to snap off to the side like that. Hold the pads against the person, okay, if you have training pads. With the left kick, I just want you to step out to gain some angulation here with the right kick, and then drill the left kick in. Again, you can use your arm for torque. Okay. going to get into is combination training, how to put these basic techniques together in effective combinations and how to counter some attacks with these techniques. A lot of the SEAL team guys ask me in my course, when are we going to get into locking and pain compliance and hostage handling and things like that? But they need to understand that you need to have a foundation of techniques first before you get too fancy. You need to know how to throw a basic punch and a basic elbow and a basic knee and a basic kick before we get in there and start wrist locking and arm locking and ground fighting and things like that. So I use this as my foundation. We used it as our foundation in the Naval Special Warfare course, and then we built upon it. So if all else fails and your wrist lock failed or your pain compliance technique failed, you can go back to just plain out hitting, because that 8 times out of 10 is what's going to happen anyway. Okay, now the first combination I'd like to talk about is we're going to go back to the boxing where we started. Tail. Now, from your ready position here, any strike that comes in straight, we'll just say a jab, I just want you to parry it with your rear hand, okay? Not the opposite hand, because you have to remember this guy's not going to stop. He's going to continue on. That's why we didn't like to say block here and then deliver here or anything like that, because this guy may not stop. He may throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 punches, and we're going to have to know how to deal with that sort of thing. That's why you can't be rigid either. That's why you have to have your footwork. Okay? So go back and look at that footwork and look at those basic techniques and make sure you have the details down correctly. Just like in shooting. Smooth is fast. Okay? Take your time and learn the techniques right so you're not spending the rest of your life trying to figure out what you're doing wrong. Now, the jab punch, again, we'll defend any straight punch by just parrying it here. And when the cross comes, we parry it here. You're just knocking it down. And if he steps in, I may step back. Or if he steps in, I may go forward right now to hit with it with the different techniques. But for right now, we're just going to stay, we'll just stay still. Parry the jab, parry the cross. Now, if any of the punches come to outside of my hand position, why don't we go this way so everyone can see. If it comes outside of my hand position, I just want you to cover your jaw. Okay, and if it comes this way, cover the jaw that way. When you cover, I want you to make sure your chin is down here against your arm and you wrap your head. And when you go on the right-hand side, you wrap your head here and keep this one up. Because if the person hits with the left or hits with the right hand, and I cover it, but this is down here like this, he's obviously cocked and ready to go for the left hand. So at all times, when one hand is doing the one thing, the other hand is on home base covering. Okay, so again, we're going to parry this one, and we're going to parry this one. So if the hook comes here, I'm going to cover and then cover this side. Now you notice when I'm covering, I'm pivoting my body slightly. Okay, everything relies on body mechanics. So that if I parry this one, and then this one hooks outside, and I cover this one, I've cocked my body a little bit. Never lose eye contact. Keep your eyes drilled on that person, okay? Don't look away. The problem's not going to go away. Keep your eye on the target. Keep your body covered. Now you're in a better position to deliver your counterattack. So if I'm turned my body a little bit this way, I'm cocked and ready to throw my own strike. 1, 2. You see that? So the first thing that I want you to do when the person throw 2 straight punches, 1 hook punch. Parry, parry, cover. With my left hand now, since that's cocked and ready to go, I hook, cross. So the person's throwing 3, I am returning 2. This is what we call contact reflex. So you learn to cover and deliver. Very similar to boxing, okay? Now, the next one, he's going to throw the jab, hook, left hook, and then right hook. So we'll go 1, left hook, right hook. Now you're cocked on this side, and you can deliver with your right hand and the left hook. And you'll notice I breathe out on each one of those techniques. It's good to keep your body aerated. Breathe out. A fight is a stressful situation. Breathe out each technique. It could be any way. If you're a martial arts guy and you have your own type of breathing, that's fine. But if you're just getting started, just like you're telling somebody to be quiet, and you should get used to that. Okay. So if the person is close in, when he throws maybe two straight and one hook, jab, cross, hook. If he's in close, I'm going to now use the elbow, okay? Wham, hit with the left elbow, and then hit with the right elbow, okay? Again, this is a very common combination. Jab, cross, hook. It could be jab, hook, cross. It could be jab, right hook, left hook. As long as you understand that when the person throws straight punches, you parry it in here, and when the person throws hook punches, you cover. Yes, there are better things to do if you had a lot of time to dedicate yourself to the martial arts. SEAL team guys didn't, and a lot of the people in the public do not. They want basic techniques that are going to work and that are easy to remember. Okay. Again, jab, cross, hook. If you understand body mechanics, I can hit with the left hand, or I can hit with the left elbow. And then the right elbow. Okay, and back again. Now, if I end up, if you throw the jab, left hook, right hook for the other side, jab, left hook, cover right hook, I can go with my right elbow now. Left elbow. You see that? Okay. And if you don't have the pads, you can just use your partner as a target. You just cannot make the hit. Why these pads are so valuable is because we stay away from the no contact practice of pulling our techniques an inch or two away from the target. This is going to give you a false sense of distancing. And when you make contact on the pads, it gives the fighter a sense of confidence that he can pull off these techniques with full force and in combination. Okay, that's very important. And you can just use your hands, too. If you're at home and you want to show somebody, make the contact. Okay? This could be done just like with a hand position. Again, 1, 2. Make sure this goes right to the face. You're only cheating your partner if you don't put these techniques right on the money. Cover. See, he can use his hand. 1. He can use his hand. 2. At least this way, again, you're making that contact. Okay. Now, in application, you already understand when the person does the jab, cross, hook. This hook is going to go to the side of the face. The cross will go to the face here. I can then continue my strike with left elbow and then right elbow. This is natural. Again, 1, 2. I may cover this one. I'm going to go with the hook here, with the cross here. If I just went to my right, I go to the left here, and then to the right here. Okay. That's some basic combinations you can work on. Okay, again, emphasizing that when the punches come straight in, you parry, and when the punches are to the outside, you cover. And if you lean one way to cover, you attack with the other side. If you punch with the cross, follow with the hook. If you hit with the left elbow, follow with the right elbow. These are natural body mechanics. Okay. Next thing we're going to talk about, we're going to put our kick and our knee together. And we're going to put all the combinations together, the kick, the elbow, the knee, okay? Now, when you are attacking the person, what you can do is you can first step out here and attack the leg with the left kick. And when you step down, go right away into the cross, and then the hook here. And then from this point, you're going to step and hammer the shin into the thigh in that way. Again. Left kick. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Drill it into the thigh here. Will that take care of your opponent? You never know. You can't say that it will, and you can't say that it won't. You just have to have the ability to keep striking, okay? Now, next combination that I want to show you is the foot jab first. So the person may attack you or be coming towards you. You stop him with the foot jab. Step into the cross, fire the hook, and then right kick, okay? You notice when I use the shin, I have to pivot this rear leg. Emphasize pivoting your support leg. You're going in close. This is not a kick that emphasizes using the foot to where I can hit like this and use my foot to keep the person far away. I'm going in close with the leg bent to use the shin. So that when I use the shin, keep your hand up and keep your jaw covered. Again, foot jab, step in, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. get yourself out. Now with those two techniques, we can now put the knee in. If I go with the left kick first, 1, 2, 3. If the person is still right here, maybe when I hit this guy, he didn't back up. After the left punch, I can go right knee. Okay, again, left kick, cross, hook. If I did the left side of my body, I come back with the right side of my body. Could be punch, could be elbow, could be knee, could be kick. Depends on where he is. Just like in the military, you use your different weapons for your different ranges of combat, okay? If you had a pistol and you were in the desert, it's not going to do you a whole lot of good. You need a long-range weapon. So that's why it's good to understand which tool is good for long range, for middle range, and for close range. Very similar to weapons. What is the best weapon? A staff, a stick, or a knife? Depends where you're at. If you're in the phone booth, that staff's not going to do you any good. The knife is going to win. But if you're out in an open environment and you're proficient with the staff may win over knife. So it's very important to understand which techniques are used in what environment. Okay. Now we'll go to the foot jab. Foot jab, followed by the cross, followed by the hook, step, lean back and put the knee into the person. Okay, so the same thing, you can go either the right knee or the right kick. Okay, after the right kick, after the right knee, you can then put in the right kick. If I do the left kick, I can do the right cross, left hook. If he's close, I'll use the knee, and then I'll use the kick and get yourself away from the person. Maybe this will give you an opportunity to get the heck out of there. With the foot jab, again, same thing. 1, gain your space. He comes in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Get yourself out. Okay. The next thing we're going to talk about is putting those combinations on the handheld pads so that you can make contact and put your combinations together effectively. Okay, the first thing we talked about was the foot jab. Okay, the foot jab, you can hold the pads against your body like that, or you can actually foot jab the person's body. Either way you'd like to do it. But we'll do it on the pads. So the first thing, the foot jab. 1, step in. Cross, step in. Hook, and then we'll go ahead and do the right kick first. And then get yourself out. Combination again. Foot jab. 1, step in. 2, cross, hook, and then right kick. Get yourself away. Start over again. Now, if we did the foot jab, we'll go ahead and do the left kick first. Now you notice the pad holder holds the pads tightly against his body to represent the body, okay? We're not out here like that, okay? You want to put the pads where they're going to represent the actual striking surface. And then when you throw the cross, make sure your partner holds the pad flat where the cross is going to go, and then the other pad is held near the head at a 90-degree angle to represent the hook. Next combination, left kick. 1, your body will naturally fall into the right cross, naturally fall into the left hook. And if the left hook knocked him back a little bit, as we're doing here, you follow with the right kick. And then you can move away. Use your footwork. Step and slide away. Left kick. 1, 2, 3, 4. And get yourself out. Now what we'll do is we'll put the knee in. We will use the foot jab, cross, hook, right kick, or right knee to the right kick. And we'll do left kick, cross hook, right knee to the right kick. Foot jab 1, cross 2, hook 3. He didn't go backwards, so we're going to use a weapon that coincides with the range we're in. Close range, knee, and then kick. Get yourself away. One more time. 1, 2, 3. He's still there. We use our close range tool. 4, 5. Next one, left kick. 1, 2, 3. He's still there. 4, 5. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yourself out. The next combination we're going to work on is going to utilize the elbows and the knees. What I'd like you to do is your partner throw 3 punches at you. 1, 2, 3. Now the parry, do not over parry. Don't go like this and then like this. You see, if somebody has good sensitivity, they may trace your hand around to hit you here. A very minor movement here. Just pat it down, bring your hands right back up. Cover the outside, and you can go right away with the left elbow if he closes that gap. If not, you may step a little bit using your step and slide footwork we talked about in the beginning of the tape. Again, jab, cross, cover, left elbow, right elbow. If he's still there, right kick, right knee, and then right kick. Again in combination. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep your hands up. Get yourself out. After your last technique, try not to kick and then walk back like that. Keep yourself mentally and physically into the drill, okay? Now, after you do the right elbow, you can grab the person to do the knee. Parry. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. After I hit with the right elbow, I can grab him. Right knee, and then right kick. And get yourself out. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get yourself out. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is how to counter a kicking attack, both low kick and high kick, and countering with some of the same techniques that we've already discussed. Okay? Now, the first thing we'll do is take the low kick, or the leg kick, or any kick that comes from about the rib cage down. The most important thing is that we don't want to sacrifice our hand position covering our head and our jaw. So when the low kicks come in, what I'd like you to do is just do what we call shield. And that is lift the leg here to protect your vital areas. Now, yes, this may hurt your shin a little bit the next day, but what you've done is protected your muscles and the contusion that you're going to take if he lands a technique that hits your thigh or that hits your rib cage. When you do the shield, lift the leg not straight up because the force of the kick may blow your shield over. Make sure it's out at 45 degrees, and at the same time, make sure your jaw is covered. So when we do the shield, it'll look like this. 1. And then, once again, before the counter, 1. Right from here, we can step directly into the cross, utilizing body mechanics, flow right into the left hook. And from here, we can do the knee, or we could do the kick, and follow it up any way that you want. Once you understand your body mechanics and understand that the body flows naturally from right to left, you can then drill on your own, okay, and put your own combinations together. So when we shield, 1, step in, 2, 3, and kick, 4. One more time, 1, 2, 3. You want to continue with now elbow, 4, 5, he may be in close, 6, and then 7. And then move away. If the kick comes high, what I'd simply like you to do, number 1, you can't go wrong with just keeping your hands up. 1. And step in again. 2, 3. Follow any with either the elbow, the knee, or the kick. Get yourself out. One more time. 1. Just cover like you did with the punch. As unsophisticated as that may seem, it will work for you. And in SEAL Team, we did not have time to teach a person very technical martial arts. Okay, this is what we found to give us the most results for our SEAL team guys. The second counter you can do off the high kick is just simply move your body out of the way. Again, just lean your body back. You don't need to move back. If you move your whole body away from this thing, it's going to take you more time to then have to go back in. And you don't want to have to trade too many punches with this guy. If the person attacks you, just move back, bring your hands with you, step in, cross, hook, and then you can follow any way you want. Hit, hit, hit. One more time. 1. Step in. 2, 3. Push. 4, 5. Put yourself out. Okay, now, with the left kick, the same techniques apply. We'll start with the left low kick. What you can do with your lead leg is just simply bring it over towards your right-hand side, or what we call cross shield. When the left kick comes, 1, we move it across here. One more time. 1, keep your hands up. Step into it. 2, 3, 4, 5, put 6. Put yourself out. One more time. Cross shield. 1, step, 2, 3, 4. Get yourself out. With a high kick, the same thing can be applied. We can simply cover. That's why I need you to keep your hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then use your footwork to get yourself out. Leaning back away from the left high kick. 1, step in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Starting to use your body mechanics and starting to put your weapons and tools together at the appropriate ranges. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Getting yourself out. Okay, now we're going to take those same techniques and apply them to the Thai pad so that we can make contact and learn the correct distance at which these techniques need to be thrown. Okay, Tim. Dealing with the right low kick. Again, low shield. 1, step in. 2, 3, and we'll just end it with the right kick. 4. Get out. One more time. 1. Step into it. 2, 3, 4. Get yourself out. The high right kick. Lean your body back. 1. Step in. 2, 3. Right kick. 4. One more time. 1. Just simply lean back. Use your footwork. Step in. 2, 3, 4. Get out. Now, next one is the cover off the high right kick. 1. Step in right away. 2, 3. Let's go to the knee and then the kick. Knee. Right kick. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get out. Okay, next one. With the left kick, we'll first do the cross shield. 1. Use your body mechanics. Step in, cross, hook. We'll go right elbow, left elbow, push out, right kick. Get yourself out. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get out. High left kick. Cover. Step in. Since I covered with the right arm, I want you to go with the left hook. One more time. 1, 2, 3. We'll go right away with the right kick. 4. Get out. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Cover, step up, hit, hit, hit. Now, and then leaning back off the left high kick. 1, step in, 2, 3, go with the right kick, 4. Now, add this one to your combinations. When you do the right kick, it's just like the right hand. If you've committed the right side of your body, come back with the left side of your body. If you can look at it from this angle. If I go with the right kick, if the person buckles over because you hit him in the thigh or you hit him in the rib cage and his head comes towards you, which may happen, it may not happen. Again, not relying on anatomical responses. The right kick, you follow it with the left hook. Put this together into your combination training. So when we do any of the kicks, any kick, 1, 2, 3, right kick, 4, come back to your position, rip across the left hook using your body momentum, follow with a cross, we'll just end it with a right kick. Out. One more time. Any kick, step up, hook, cross, right kick, hook it, then cross, and we'll do the right kick. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, what I'd like to do is address some techniques that we use in the mode of defensive tactics. More so, a step above maybe just a hit or an elbow or a knee. Okay? The understanding of your basics is very important. Okay, now we have some kind of a structure to build upon. We can replace this punch here with the eye jab. Okay, the eye jab is simply, all it is an eye jab that your fingers going directly into the person's eyes here at this point. Okay, there's not a whole lot of techniques that you can rely on some kind of response, but if you hit the eyes, if you put the fingers in this person's eyes, you should just keep hitting, but rest assured you should get some kind of response from that individual. So use the eye jab, okay? Use the eye jab to make your first strike. If the person's going to punch at you, intercept it with the eye jab. Just flick the eyes into the person's, or flick the fingers into the person's eyes. Now, the left kick into the inside of the thigh using your shin bone can be replaced with striking with the ball of your foot into the groin area. Okay, again, can be followed the same way we did our combinations from the Thai boxing. Now, this kick here can also be put in defensively. When the person jabs at you, when you parry this way, you can kick the groin at the same time. You see that? This would be parry and kick at the same time, and then maybe eye jab from there. One more time. Parry and kick, then eye jab. Okay, the eye jab is a very good weapon. It's a universal weapon that can be used a lot of different ways. In the mode of self-defense, if the person grabs you, a lot of times in martial arts, there's 5 techniques for this grab. There's 5 techniques for this grab. If the person grabs you with 2 hands, there's a set of techniques. The easiest thing to remember is that on the body, there's only so many targets. Anytime you can get the eye jab in there, do so. That is an excellent technique to use. And the eyes, you can't hardcore an eye strike. It's just a bundle of nerves. So when the person grabs you, hit the eyes. Person grabs you, 2 hands, hit the eyes. You see it? 2 hands this way, hit the eyes, or grab and put the thumbs into the eyes this way. Now at this point here, you can follow it up with the elbow or knee strike here, and then maybe kick, okay, which you've learned in the previous material. Now, if we're tied up here and maybe I can't reach the eyes, you already know you have the knee strike, which is usually cleared on the low line. If we're like this at this position momentarily, maybe the arms are tied up. Maybe he has my arm here, but I can use now the headbutt. Okay, and a lot of people have different ways to use the headbutt, but in a life or death situation, merely throw your head into his facial bones is what you want to hit his face with a part of your head. It could be sideways, it could be front ways, it could be using the top of your head. It doesn't really matter. And at this point, you'll usually open up another line so that you can put in your tools. And these are tools that anybody can use, okay? The elbow is an excellent tool. The knee is an excellent tool, a headbutt, okay? So use these kind of tools in the modes of self-defense. By all means, have a good basics, be able to strike in combination. But if the gap closes and the person grabs you, find the open area. Find the open area. Find the open area. Okay? And use those tools in combination. Okay?